So, what if the solution to a huge problem in American education wasn't some new government program, but actually a super clever business model from a local beauty school? Today, we're going to break down a blueprint that does exactly that, turning one small business into a pretty surprising national economic engine.
Okay, let's kick things off with the Louisville Beauty Academy. Now, this is not your average trade school. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce just named it one of America's top 100 small businesses. I mean, that is a huge deal. That puts it right in the national spotlight. But here's the twist, right? For this top-tier school, the biggest threat they face isn't another competitor. No, it's a fundamental paradox that's baked right into the very system that's supposed to be supporting them. So what on earth is this paradox? Well, it's a trap that affects vocational schools all across the country. Let's really break this down. It all comes down to something called the gainful employment rule. Basically, it's a government rule designed to protect students. It makes sure that the debt a graduate takes on isn't totally out of line with the salary they're probably going to make when they graduate. Sounds like a noble goal, right? Well, here's where it creates a trap. See, to provide a really quality education, with great teachers and modern equipment, a school has to charge a decent tuition. But that tuition, of course, creates student debt. And if that debt gets too high compared to what the grads are earning, the school fails the gainful employment rule and can literally be shut down. It's a classic catch-22.
But what if a school could actually break this cycle? Well, the Louisville Beauty Academy thinks it's found a way to not just survive this paradox, but to actually thrive by turning the entire model completely on its head.
And this makes LBA the perfect hero for our story. I mean, they were picked from over 12,000 applicants for that Chamber of Commerce award. They're recognized for their long-term stability, and their founder is a national advocate for small businesses. So we're not talking about some fly-by-night operation. This school is a pillar of the community. And this brings us to their brilliant solution, a strategy that they've actually nicknamed the Robin Hood business model. The engine behind this whole thing is a concept from international trade called a service export. It's simple, really. When someone from another country comes to the U.S. and pays for an education, that's officially considered an export. It's brand new foreign money being pumped directly into our economy. Okay, so here's exactly how the Robin Hood model works in practice. International students who need special visa services and other support, they pay a premium tuition of $25,000. But here's the absolute key. Their tuition debt does not count towards those tricky gainful employment metrics. This allows LBA to turn around and offer a heavily subsidized tuition of just $12,000 to American students. Let's just trace the money here. The premium paid by international students, that creates a surplus of revenue. That extra cash is then used to fund a grant for American students, which directly lowers their tuition and, you guessed it, their debt. Think about that. Foreign capital is literally being used to make education more affordable for Americans and to solve that whole gainful employment paradox. But the impact here, it goes way, way beyond the school's walls. This model is actually designed to be a massive economic stimulus for the entire local community. Just take a look at that number. Okay, based on a single pilot group of just 100 international students, this model would inject over $4.6 million of new foreign money into the U.S. economy. And that's every single year.
And this isn't just theory. Look at where that money actually goes. Over $1 million to Louisville landlords, nearly $500,000 to local restaurants, hundreds of thousands to local shops and retailers. It is a direct shot in the arm for Main Street businesses.
And on top of supporting local businesses, it also generates direct tax revenue. The federal government, the state of Kentucky, and the city of Louisville all get new income from fees, sales tax, and wage taxes, all without costing American taxpayers a single dime. But the vision here doesn't stop in Louisville. Oh no. This entire model has been designed from the ground up to be scaled efficiently across the entire country. And this is where their plan gets really smart. Instead of the slow, expensive path of franchising, LBA is using a different regulatory pathway called corporate instructional sites. This lets them expand way faster, maintain strict quality control, and do it all with significantly lower federal fees. It's just a smarter way to grow. And the rollout is planned in 3 very deliberate phases. First, you prove the model in Kentucky. Second, you expand out to regional hubs. And finally, you build a national network in major international gateway states, turning this local success story into a powerful national strategy for both economic development and education reform. It all leads to this really powerful final question.
What if the solution to making American vocational education affordable and sustainable isn't found in Washington, D.C., but in the global demand for American excellence? It's a pretty compelling idea, and it's one that Louisville Beauty Academy is ready to prove.